Welcome back to Are We There Yet podcast. Just so you know, I do have an email set up. Finally, it is Are We There Yet podcast 2021 at gmail.com. You can email me with any questions, comments, concerns, or anything you like. I hope you're enjoying. I'm getting this out there as much as I can. I'm on iTunes now, Spotify, Stitcher, I think a fourth. I don't remember. Doing my best with this. New to it all. I'm also getting over that cold going around, so try not to clear my throat. If I sound funny, that's why. Hope you guys are all healthy and doing well. Last podcast, I talked about three of the four basic types of anger. So to wrap that up with the last one, it's temper tantrum. And it is sometimes tied in with the aggressive type of anger, but it comes out when, your selfish needs or desires are not being fulfilled, because that's, basically how toddlers act, right? And this type of behavior actually originates from our childhood. It's basically somebody who never grows out of the terrible twos or threes. I guess you just never got spanked enough, and you never learned, and so you just throw a temper tantrum to get what you want because it's always worked in the past. But it obviously causes lots of issues with having any kind of a successful relationship, or even holding a job, I could imagine. And you often take it out on people that are the closest to you and that deserve it the least. I guess you can say that about all these types of anger. So to recap those four, it's justifiable anger, annoyance anger, aggressive anger, and temper tantrum. I want to talk about something that happened to me just recently. It was a serious test for me. I don't want to go into too many gritty details, but I'll say what needs to be said so you kind of get the gist of the story. My ex-girlfriend is 4 or 5 months pregnant with my son. This is my second child, my first son. And we were talking. Somehow something about smoking weed came up, and she asked me if I would be mad if she had while she was pregnant, and I just or how I would react. She was testing the waters, and I told her I would not be happy, and so I thought about it for a second. So I asked her directly, "Have you?" And she admitted to me that she had. And I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I was shocked. And I was so disappointed and just pissed. And I had to walk away for a minute. I did. I didn't say anything else. Actually, no. I called her a selfish asshole. And I got up and I walked away and sat down for, 5-10 minutes or so. And then, a little bit of time went by. So I tried to gather my thoughts and keep myself nice and calm. But my mind was racing. I was shaking. I was so mad. Now, I think this falls under justifiable anger. But, is it okay to lose your temper? Anyway, we started to talk, and the more I spoke, the more I expressed my frustration, my disappointment, my disgust, and all the feelings that you're probably all having about thinking about a mother that would do that to their child. The more I talked about it, the more I got pissed off. the more I was shaking, and the more I heard her, you know, really show no serious remorse. She didn't apologize. She didn't. She said, "Well, I was stressed." And that was her excuse to do that to her unborn child, the innocent child that doesn't get the choice in that. She was stressed, and that just still blows me the fuck away. That you could be so selfish to think that way. You're stressed. You're having a bad day. So it's okay to get your fucking baby high. I just can't wrap my mind around that. But she didn't seem to have the same frame of mind. So as I'm hearing this, and as I'm seeing, you know, her body language, and you know, I just so fucking mad. And then she, you know, trying to avoid the eye contact, so she turned, and so I grabbed her arms with my hands, and I tried to, you know, I spun her to face me, and you know, of course, she didn't like that, and can't say I blame her. You know, I didn't hurt her. Never intend for that to happen. I just wanted her to look at me. And, you know, I was calling her names. I was calling her a selfish bitch. Telling her I thought she was an asshole. And I, honestly, as I'm sitting here thinking about it and saying it now, I do believe that. I can't, you know, I wasn't name calling just to try and hurt her, to, you know, to name call. Like, that's how I honestly believe. I mean, if that's, you do something like that, fuck, that's what kind of person you are. To me, anyway. And that's my fucking son. You know, stress is bad for a baby too, right? I get that. But smoking weed, that's okay. That's better. Is that what you're telling me? Who knows what kind of side effects that could have? You're telling me that is better than being stressed out. And you can do things to, you know, calm yourself down, not stress out. I'm not saying it's fucking easy, but I mean, is picking up a joint the right thing? I'm having a rough day. I'm gonna slam a few shots. So I'll feel better. I don't fucking get that. So then, I said my piece. Basic recap. That was pretty much it. She didn't really have much to say. What could she say? So fast forward maybe an hour or so, and she comes to me, and she proceeds to tell me that since she told me the truth, and that was my reaction to her telling me the truth, that she's going to have a hard time telling me the truth in the future. And I couldn't believe my fucking ears hearing that from her. From anybody. I mean, I could expect to hear that from my 10-year-old daughter. Right? Well, I know I'm going to get in trouble if I tell you this, so I'm just not going to tell you this. That way I don't get in trouble. And she was like, you know, I know I fucked up, but, you know, it's done, it's happened, so, you know, you shouldn't have reacted that way. And basically, so what she wanted a pass. She wanted me to just like, well, you know, you did it. You only did it once, so you say, right? I mean, I have to just believe that, I guess. And, you know, you were stressed, so I guess, I should just let it go. I'll give you a pass, you know, but hey, don't do it again. And she's telling me if that was what she had gotten from me, then she would be more inclined to tell the truth in the future. And I will have to pat myself on the back on this segment of our evening. I didn't lose my shit. You know, Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I did miss some stuff, and I'm not trying to leave stuff out and make myself seem, better than I am. Go back to our first argument, and I actually, I was starting to raise my voice, and that always bothers her, right? This is the one thing she can use to, throw in my face and use against me and kind of control the situation. So I was starting to raise my voice, and she was telling me, don't yell. And since I was so pissed off, when you tell somebody that when they're yelling, or getting when they're mad, you tell them to calm down. Well, that does a whole lot of fucking good. So when she's telling me to calm down, I was like, no, I don't want to fucking calm down. And she told me, don't yell. And I'm like, I'm not yelling, I'm just raising my voice. And then she told me to stop. And so then I got right in her face and I just barked out real fast. Just, no! Just because I was fucking mad. And in that moment, I lost control. I didn't keep myself in in better control. I'm still pissed, right? It's okay to be pissed, but not okay to behave that way. So, in the second segment, right, she's talking to me again, telling me how she isn't going to want to tell me the truth because of my reaction. When in that segment, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't lose my shit. I guess I'd had my chance to get it out, and so I was just a little calmer, or not calm. I wasn't calm, but just I'd gotten that out already, so I wasn't, kind of exploding and attacking. And I was dumbfounded at what she was telling me. I couldn't fucking believe it, and I was telling her so. I'm like, that's childish. That's stupid. I mean, you should want to tell the truth because that's the right thing to do. Because you're supposed to tell the truth, right? I mean, that's what we teach our kids. And so I was asking her, I said, because she has other children from somebody else. And I said, so you're gonna think if your kids tell you the same thing, you're gonna say that's okay? They're not gonna tell you something because they know that your reaction is gonna get them in, it's gonna be a bad reaction. You're gonna be mad. So it's okay to lie to you when they know they're gonna get a bad reaction from you. Because that's what she's telling me. And of course, that analogy, she was like, oh, wait a minute. And, and then I realized just how pathetic this conversation was with her, and she wasn't getting it, and she wasn't changing her mind, and I could see she was just trying to find a way to somehow, not be, the bad guy here. She was trying to make me the bad guy. She was trying to make my reaction the entire thing. Forget about the fact that she fucked up and got her unborn son high. That's okay. But me getting pissed about that, that's a major fucking problem. And so that means that I just can't be honest with you anymore because, gosh, look how mad you got. And I couldn't fucking believe this. And she was standing her ground with that. And so I told her, get out of my room. Go away. I don't want to talk anymore. This is done. This is over. This is going nowhere. And then she accused me of running away and avoiding and of course this bait and hook. I'm like, what am I avoiding? How's and then I once again what, this is done. Get over it. And then of course she got mad and then she left and it just got really stupid really quick. But and that was 2 days ago. And even earlier today, when I was thinking about, what I wanted to talk about and how I want to talk about here for this podcast, thinking about that, God, my emotions came rushing back again. And earlier, I was really just I was firing myself up, replaying it all in my head and thinking about it and just kind of, gosh, what a bitch. How could she think that way? And I was just getting so fucking wound up. And even now, talking about it, right? I mean, shaking a little bit and it's so frustrating and so aggravating, and it's like somebody like that is so just unbelievable. How do you deal with somebody that's so just out of touch like that, emotionally just fucking retarded? I don't know how else to put it. It's blank, and we haven't talked about it since, and this is the first time I'm talking about it at all. And I'm bringing it up for a few reasons. One, like I said, this show was about getting through our shit, me being vulnerable. My temper is my biggest thing. So I felt like sharing, telling you guys, look, I'm still going through this shit too, right? This is what I'm dealing with. I also wanted maybe some feedback. Anybody listening to this, email me. Tell me, hey, you know what? You were a fucking ass. Maybe I was. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I'm still processing it, right? Trying to figure it out. But I just can't seem to get past the idea that it's okay to fucking do that to a child. Unborn or not. I mean, you don't blow fucking smoke in a toddler's face. You don't blow smoke in a 10-year-old's face. I mean, when someone turns into a teenager, then they start, finding out what that shit is, and they want to do it for their own, and, but even then, I don't want my kid doing that stuff. Sure as shit don't want my unborn, developing son. Anything, you can't even eat fucking deli meat when you're pregnant. There's all these things you can't eat. Why? Because it's harmful to the baby. But smoking is okay? I don't care if it's just once. It doesn't fucking make it okay to me. I just don't get it. And I think what gets me the most is, well, there's two things. One, her reaction about it. Just because she claims to love her kids so much, and she's going to love her son so much, and such a good mom. What the fuck kind of a mom does that? So her just nonchalant, like, yeah, I was stressed, and like almost like blaming me for it, right? She was stressed because we were arguing, right? We've been arguing on and off for months. I mean, we're not even together anymore, right? Which is my ex. I mean, so she's like blaming me. Well, I was stressed, I'm like, well, it's your fault, you dick, and so I smoked, and well, I guess that's your fault too. And then you got mad, and so now I can't tell you the truth, and that's your fault too. Like, everything is my fucking fault. But really what gets me is I feel like I'm totally powerless. Completely. What can I do? I mean, I can't take him away from her. Right? I'm no lawyer. I don't know what I can do legally. Get her drug tested every week and some shit. I don't know. But so is it justifiable anger? Aggressive anger, right? I mean, I calling her names, put my hands on her to turn her back facing me, and hit her, and not like that. But yeah, lost my shit. I got mad. I got in her face, yelled the word no, because I wanted to fucking get mad. I wanted her to know how mad I was. I wanted her to understand just how fucked up that was. Oh, rant over. Give me some feedback. I want to hear what you think. Next episode, we'll be digging more into who we are, right? Talk about the id, the ego, and the superego. And then I want to start talking about some things that I'm starting to do to kind of help me, right? Something I'm trying to do to work on myself. I'm working on my posture. Believe it or not, it affects your state of mind, how you think and feel about yourself, your outlook on life, how you hold yourself, your body language, to put it simply. Breathing. Talked about some breathing. And I keep thinking about and bringing up, actually I think I probably mentioned it once or twice, the shower mantra. It sounds kind of weird, but you're in the shower, hug yourself, and repeat over and over and over and over, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And Tell that to yourself. One of the things I realize when I lose my temper is I start to hate myself for it because I know it's so bad. And so I have to remind myself that I'm a good guy overall, and that, you know, I deserve to be loved, and hey, if no one else will, I'll love me. But we all got to start with that, right? So remember to love yourself and try and love everybody, even when they're being dumb or pissing you off. Gotta love everybody. All right. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. You guys take care of yourselves.